name is Colin Richards, and welcome to my show, I've Got a Song. Now in the show, I'm going to speak with musicians and artists and poets alike, and we're going to talk about what inspires them and talk about their craft, and what brought them to where they are now. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Dillon Bloomer here, great banjo player. And how you doing, Dillon?
I'm not doing too bad. How are you?
I'm doing too bad. I'm doing well. You want to play this tune?
Let's do it.
All right. This one's out of G for those viewers at home. 1, 2, 3, 4. I haven't got $1 million, but I've got a song. Someday it may get me there. It'll be there when I'm gone. I've got a song. Come and hum along. Well, the great wide open prairies are chilly in the morn. Sometimes a good old cattle song's all that'll keep you warm in the morn. I've got a song. We'll find a local water hole, drink up with the best into the night. I've got a song. So I haven't got $1 million, but I've got a song. Someday it may get me there. It'll be there when I'm gone. I've got a song. Come and hum along. Great job, man. Great job. So tell me, how long have you been playing the banjo for?
Well, I started just about after high school, since 2014, so going on about 10 years now.
Really?
It's been a while.
Yeah, great. And so is that your first instrument, or did you start on something else?
This is not my first instrument. My first instrument was actually the saxophone. I started that when I was probably in the 5th, 6th grade.
Okay.
And then I started playing strings out of high school.
Cool. Now, our viewers don't know this, but we did go to school together,
Yes.
and we did some early pickings early on and kind of discovering our own pathways through music. And after school, we also went to college together for a couple years,
Correct.
and we dug into some poetry. And I was telling a friend earlier that we'd play late into the night, play didgeridoos and different instruments, and definitely irritate our floor that had some more detriment finals the next morning.
Yeah, lots of music camping trips also.
Lots of music camping
Lots of
trips.
hiking with the instruments.
Yep. It was, do I bring this jar of food or do I bring my guitar? And typically we opted for the instruments.
Or pack the guitar case with food.
True, yeah. They have that stowaway in the spot for a reason, folks. So tell me, I see you brought another banjo with you. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, this is not a particularly great banjo, but it's interesting because it's one of the first types of banjos.
Okay.
It's more of a minstrel style, old time music. It's held together with some fret pegs up top, which are friction based, and nylon strings.
Now, what makes them friction-based? Tell me about that.
There's no gears in them, so they just are held together by the friction
Just
of the wood.
Cranked and turned. Wow.
Correct.
Okay. That's really cool. And so the banjo is one of the earliest instruments, am I correct?
Correct. It was brought over from Africa, from the first settlers here.
Wow.
And they used them in different shows and played different kinds of music with them.
Wow.
Had them in plays.
Yeah. And so I know you like to dance around with different tunings and things like that.
Yeah,
and
correct.
And I won't ask you to tune out your instrument right now because I know it can be
yeah.
a process, but do you have a favorite that's not standard?
It's kind of like a drop C. You tune this B string down or up to a C, and then this bottom D down to a C.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, for our viewers that don't know, this is Bloomer. Well, how many banjos do you have? I have to ask.
I have 3.
You have
I have
3
this one, which is my favorite one. I have that one, which was actually a kit that I bought and put together.
Oh, really cool. Okay.
And then my first one that I started playing right out of high school, my first banjo, which is more of a bluegrass style and has a resonator on it.
And the campfire
Yes.
runner.
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, one of our songs we used to play back in the day, and we wrote this and played it at many a late campfires. This one's called Hickory Ash, and the kind of the joke behind Hickory Ash is in the dendrology class that Bloomer and I both had, he did a little bit better than I did, and I came up with a tree of my own called Hickory Ash, and I figured since it wasn't the right answer, I bet it'd be just the right song, so. great job. I love the banjo on that, and that last note you hit. And I know when we played that song so long ago, we accidentally stumbled upon that, right?
Yeah, we accidentally stumbled upon it, and it just became part of that song at the very end.
And when we first figured that out, and that's what I love about music, you see, is when we're playing it, you know, you have some happy surprises in there, and even if they don't sound the greatest, and mind you, that sounds to me like I love that last note, that high pitch on the banjo. Can you give me that one little bing? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's amazing how you can stumble upon something and then it just becomes, you know.
Yeah.
And that song, you know, that was the very, very last note of the song. I think it sets the tone for the whole song prior to it.
Gives it a nice little uplift at the very end.
Yeah. Yep. Keeps you going. So I wanted to ask you, because I know on certain songs we tune or I capo it, and when I capo it, what do you have to do up there at that 5th fret tuner?
So this 5th fret, if we capo this up, it will not go that high. It might go that high, but it more than likely will snap. Mm-hmm. So what I have installed on here is a little tiny railroad spike, and all you do, it's basically like a built-in capo, and you just stick it under there.
Okay.
And then it automatically tunes it up, but you kind of gotta finick it a little round, but you'll eventually get there.
Okay. Yeah.
And then now it's tuned.
I'd always wondered, yeah, and I was never sure if the railroad spike was the white dot right after your
That's
tuner
more
pager.
of a, I would say, a nut, like that holds your strings up top.
Kind of like your bridge there, too.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's cool. And so I had dabbled with the banjo here and there when we were living together, of course, and picking around, and mind you, not sounding anywhere to where you were at. But it was great to dig into some of the artists that we loved, like Pete Seeger, of course, and Donovan, and Woody Guthrie, and of course, and some of the people when we dug in, and Bob Dylan as well, when we were digging into those guys, we tried to find who inspired them, and through that we found amazing poets such as Dylan Thomas and William Butler Yeats, and just across the board a lot of romantics in the poetry and writing field, and it felt like it fell right into folk, and so that's what's kind of great as well. It's just nice to, you know, sometimes sitting and listening to the natural sounds around you, and we were in Hocking Hills a lot of our early days of picking and grinning, and sometimes the woods would write the songs themselves, so you would just hang out and have to absorb it, you see. And I know we had one that was kind of a fun one that we never wrote words to or anything like that. We just kind of jammed it out, and perfect campfire, you don't know what you're doing kind of jam. And this was just at a G, and we just called this simply the G Jam. Now, what are you thinking? Should we do this one fast or slow?
Let's start at about mid-pace and let's speed it up.
Let's move it up. All right. there's just something about G, C, and D, and of course in folk music it's really prevalent. And yeah, what are some of your inspirations through banjo?
Well, we mentioned one of them. It's Pete Seeger, one of the best, in my opinion, folk writers. I also lean towards the bluegrass side with String Bean and Grandpa Jones.
Oh yeah,
some of the old guys.
If you haven't heard of them before, you ought to look them up because you'll get a kick out of them.
But I would say those are definitely my main influences for banjo. But cool. I try to model myself after a lot of them combined, so my own style, I would say.
Yeah,
but those are,
you become the mixing pot of everything you enjoy. That's really cool. And now I heard something that Pete Seeger's banjo was a little different than others. Is that true?
He started a long neck banjo, which had, I believe, 3 extra frets on the fretboard.
Towards the head?
Towards the head. So it had 3 extra frets. It was longer up here. So you would tune it down. I forget what tuning it was, to be honest.
Wow.
But he would just tune it down, and he usually played on the 3rd capo for standard tuning.
To bring himself back up to everybody else.
So he would play with everybody else. But when he played by himself, it was a lot of drop tuning, which is why when I tried figuring a lot of his songs out, I couldn't figure them out because they were so low.
Yeah, they had his own little kind of secret to it. Do you have any songs of your own? Would you like to play a jam or anything like that? Or we can do another one together?
I'm fine with playing a lot of your stuff. I don't mind hearing your stuff. We haven't played in I don't know how long.
It has been a little while.
Yeah, it's been a little while. I enjoy playing with you.
Too long, man. Too long. Well, this next one I'll do. This is one I wrote, and I'm not sure if you'd heard this whole tune yet. This one's called Rusted Wheels. And I wrote this one, and anybody that's ever had a flat tire in your car, I think you know where I'm coming from. And so I wrote this one with all the aggravation, the flat tire happening on a Sunday, and me staying irritated till Monday. And so this one, it was kind of my way of working through that a little bit. But as I say, a rusted wheel, it just has to keep rolling. And that's the beauty of folk music, I think, too. It gets a little rusty and a little dusty, but you just keep on, throw a little grease in it and keep it going, This one's out of C. And this will be our last song for you for this episode, and I really hope you've enjoyed the show. And thank you so much for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, anytime. So here's Rusted Wheels. I ain't got no gas, the world's trying to kick my ass, but with what I've got, I ain't messing around. I got a flat on Sunday, I stayed up mad till Monday, still my rusted wheels will keep spinning round. They keep spinning round, 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 keep spinning round. They keep rolling up, 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 keep rolling down, down, down. The hill of highway stoplights, bomb down it if you dare. The ones that get it love you, the others stare in fear. Home out under the bridge at State Route 35. First you learn to skate, then you learn to dive. On the call from alcohol, I might take a break, let it stall. Still my rusted wheels keep spinning round. They keep spinning round, 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 keep spinning round. They keep rolling up, 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 keep rolling down, down, down. That hill of highway stoplights, bomb down it if you dare. The ones that get it love you, the others stare in fear. clothes are thrashed and tattered, my voice barely alive. I play a tune for a meal in a bar downtown, and still my rusted wheels keep spinning round. They keep spinning round, 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 keep spinning round. Keep rolling up, 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 keep rolling down, down, down. The hill of highway stoplights, on down it if you dare. The ones that get it love you, the others stare in fear. Thank you, friends. We'll see you next time. Be sure to tune in, and we'll have some other artists and musicians, and we're looking forward to talking and digging into their inspirations as well. I'm Colin Richards. This is Dillon Bloomer, and I hope you all enjoyed the show. We'll see you next time on I've Got a Song.